So excited to be back at it with another Here For It Live with special guest Christina Lopez Aducci. She is the founder of House of Puff. Christina, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, good morning.
So first and foremost, I want you to explain to everyone what is House of Puff and what makes it so different than anything else like on the market or in the world right now.
Yeah, so House of Puff is a cannabis lifestyle brand based in New York City, and we leverage the power of art to make cannabis chic, easy, and welcoming. We're sold in, I keep forgetting how many, I think all 50 states, 136 countries. Well, we reach consumers. We're not sold in 136 one day though. And yeah, we make beautiful accessories that are easy to use. We're big educators, so content marketing on YouTube. We have an editorial blog, and really helping women or anybody for that matter explore their relationship with cannabis in a really stylish, chic way.
Yeah, so what I love about it, and I want to say, like, was there an article that I read that you, I don't know if it was like an op-ed or something, but you just talked about how, your mom, you're a respectable woman and businesswoman and a mom, and it's like you're consuming cannabis, and all your mom friends are doing it too. It's like mainstream, it's happening now, and so tell us more about that piece of it because it really is making cannabis more accessible for your everyday, ordinary, not ordinary, but you know what I mean, like woman that's not going to walk into a typical head shop and buy anything.
Right. So it's important to remember that, even though cannabis is still stigmatized, especially for women, women of color, I'm Latina, and a mom. So it's sort of the triple whammy. We're the fastest growing consumers in cannabis. But I want to say 60% of us hide our consumption, which is, unfortunate. So House of Puff really aims to break it down, normalize it. And the best way to do that obviously is by producing the beautiful accessories we produce, because, when I first started consuming cannabis, it was out of this really confusing, ugly, masculine bong. And I didn't know which end to light, when to pull, and all that. And I thought, okay, there's got to be a way to create products that are easy for use that I can leave out on my kitchen table without abuela freaking out. So we couple that with education, because a lot of the moms and women I talk to, they're interested in THC or CBD and interested in, and they're kind of curious, if you will. But you have to couple that with education. And so a beautiful way that we do that is through our YouTube channel, how to use a one hitter, what is a terpene, the best way to consume cannabis. And we're seeing just a lot of success with that. And so accessories was definitely this pragmatic entry point. We knew we could solve it right away because my background is in the arts. And so I had an art magazine for about 10 years, and it worked. It was, we hit the ground running. I think we're at 60 SKUs now. And so yeah, sometimes when I wear like my buy weed from women's shirt, picking up the girls from school, I'll get eye rolls. But I have to tell you, a lot of the eye rolls are starting to dissipate. And now I'm getting the moms at the playground being like, so you got a gummy? And I'm like, I sure do.
I love it, and it's like, the science behind it is it works, right? So like you're less stressed, you're not as depressed, you don't have anxiety, and it's like I want to live that life, I don't want to run
And,
around like
and most women are consuming cannabis for health reasons.
yeah.
Obviously, the number one being sleep and anxiety. Hello, I think all of us, whether you're a parent or not, a lot of us have issues with going to bed, anxious, pain, especially people who are my mom's age, right? Their joints are starting to ache. And that's the generation you never thought would, they're coming out of the woodwork, and also just a really healthy group of consumers that are buying in bulk. We're in New York, and New York just we have a few dispensaries, legal adult use cannabis dispensaries that are opening now. And I was speaking to a few of them, and they are surprised that the people over 50 see have really been coming in once, twice a week. So it's exciting to see that generation get on board.
Yeah, it's so funny, and I don't know if you have this experience. I feel like you were brought up in a pretty like conservative home, right? Or am I making this up? Yeah.
No,
So
I was, yes.
same. So I remember when I came home, like went to go visit my parents, and like out on the counter was like CBD like balm, like that might. I'm like, who is this? Who's using this? I want to know who's the person that told me never to do any of this or something. I'm like, who is consuming this? And it was my dad. And he's like, I mean, Katie, I can't not do it. It's like it's absolutely so helpful to me and my body and my knees, both knee replaced. I mean, he's, got all the physicals, ailments that one might have when they're getting older. So I thought it was really interesting because it's, you grow up being told, don't do drugs.
Just say no.
Just say no, and don't take anything anybody gives you, and like all that sort of stuff. And it's really cool to now be in this, brand new world of it's open, it's good. There's, there's just so many benefits to it. So I'm obviously so supportive of you. And I love the other part of it too, is like you may have a tray out and it doesn't look like a tray, right? So everything is so beautiful. And then, we've been doing paint and puff classes at Paint and Sip. And it's also interesting who shows up to those events, right? It's not a bunch of kids. It's not the Skidmore College kids that are coming. It's aged women and men who are coming to do, and it's marrying the art with cannabis. So I love it. And we're gonna do an event. We talked about this last time. We got this summer, come up to Saratoga so we do a paint and puff class or something with House of Puff. But tell us, you got some, you're like a leader. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a very big fangirl of you, but like you're leading the charge here for women in cannabis. So I want you to talk more about that. You've been doing some speaking engagements. Are there any events coming up where people can learn more about this and talk to you and give you money?
always looking for the cash money. That's for sure. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be on the speaking circuit, if you will, spreading the good gospel of women in cannabis. I've actually been asked to MC one of the largest cannabis conferences down in Miami called Benzinga. That's happening in 2 weeks. So if you got any good one-liners for me, please send them my way. I asked Chat GDP about a good one-liners for cannabis, and it was just the corniest. It was funny. I tweeted about it, so you should read them. It's hilarious. And then, April's a big month. It's 420. It's sort of weed month. A lot going on in New York and New York City. I'm a part of a group called the Cannabis Collective, and it's a bunch of C-suite executives, brands, founders, and we're all coming together for a massive event, April 26th. So if anybody listening who is interested in networking, mingling, and there's so many fantastic brands, women-owned brands, Black and brown owned brands that are coming out of New York. The innovations are just really incredible. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to try any of the edibles or flower coming out of the market. It really is chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Awesome. Well, you are definitely my go-to like reference and resource for anything cannabis. You're just like so at the forefront of it. I'm happy to, know you and support you. And, the other thing I wanted to tell you too, so Marcella, our resident unicorn here at Palette, was, she was the MC. Her name is Marcella Hammer. So she's the MC Hammer at the YWCA award ceremony last week. So I gotta you and Marcella have to get on a call before this event that you're doing in Miami, because she had everyone like bawling, laughing about all the things. It's just, she has such great one-liners. So, this is just my life right now. I have a little girl here sick, and she's about to come.
Listen, twins over here who I feel like are perpetually sick. So yeah. I'm with you.
You get it. Well, thank you so much for being here, tuning in to the Here For It Live. Anyone who wants to get a hold of Christina or buy any of her products, you can go to our website, houseofpuff.com. Everything is awesome. Everything is, beautiful. I love how you've connected the art scene with cannabis, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Thanks again for being here.
Bye. Thanks. Bye.